In the ancient world, a good man named Noah lived a quiet life. He was a simple farmer, a loving husband, and a father. But his world was about to change in a way no one could have ever imagined. The story everyone knows talks about a great flood and a giant wooden ark. But what if the real story was out of this world? It all started on a night unlike any other. A fiery object streaked across the dark sky, not a star, not a comet, but something else entirely. It crashed in the fields near Noah's home with a deafening roar that shook the very ground. Curiosity overpowering his fear, Noah ventured out to the crash site. There, nestled in a massive crater, was a craft made of a strange shimmering metal he had never seen before. A ramp lowered, and out walked beings that were not of this earth. They were tall and slender, with large, intelligent eyes that held no malice, only weariness and a hint of desperation. Their ship, they explained through a form of universal telepathy, had suffered a critical malfunction. They were stranded. But they also brought a dire warning. Their advanced instruments had detected a cataclysmic event on the horizon, a global storm of unprecedented scale, one that would submerge the entire planet. The aliens, grateful for Noah's initial kindness, offered him a deal. They had the technology, the blueprints for a vessel that could withstand the coming apocalypse. But they lacked the resources and the manpower to build it quickly. Noah had access to earthly materials and could rally his family. Together, they would build not a wooden boat, but a starship. An ark for the cosmos. The deal was struck. Noah, his wife, his sons, and their wives worked day and night alongside their new alien friends. Neighbors mocked them. "Noah's building a mountain of metal," they jeered. "He's gone mad, talking to the sky." But Noah paid them no mind. He was driven by a mission, a promise to save his family. They forged strange alloys, twisted metals into impossible shapes, and installed systems powered by crystals that hummed with an otherworldly energy. The aliens taught Noah's sons the basics of celestial navigation and starship engineering. It was a fusion of two worlds, ancient human resilience and futuristic alien intellect. As the final plates were welded onto the massive hull, the question of passengers arose. The ship was vast, but not infinite. Noah looked at the world around him. He saw the loyalty in the eyes of his dog, the gentle nature of his sheep, and the steadfastness of his cattle. He made a choice. He would save the creatures that had lived alongside humanity for generations, the domestic animals that had become part of their shared story. So up the great ramp they went, 2 by 2, dogs, cats, cows, sheep, chickens, horses. A menagerie of the familiar and the beloved, their calls and bellows echoing within the metal halls of the starship. The air grew heavy. The sky, once a brilliant blue, turned a bruised purple-gray. The first drops of rain began to fall, not as a gentle shower, but as thick, heavy pellets that hit the ground like stones. A deep, guttural rumble came from the heavens, and the winds began to howl. It was time. With his family and his animal companions safely aboard, Noah stood at the helm with the lead alien engineer. The final goodbyes were silent but profound. The aliens would stay behind, their fate uncertain, having given their all to ensure life from this planet would continue. With a powerful hum that vibrated through every plate of the ship, the engines ignited. The massive vessel lifted off the ground, slowly at first, then accelerating with incredible speed. Noah looked at the viewscreen, his heart heavy as he watched his home, his world, disappear beneath a swirling vortex of dark clouds and rising water. The storm had begun. The spaceship, now named the Ark of the Stars, ascended through the turbulent atmosphere, breaking free into the silent, serene darkness of space. Below them, Earth was a maelstrom, a beautiful blue marble being consumed by a watery fury. For weeks they drifted in orbit, a self-contained world among the stars. The cows provided milk, the chickens laid eggs, and hydroponic gardens, an alien gift, grew fresh vegetables. Life settled into a routine. But the silence from their home planet was deafening. Had the waters receded? Was there anything left to return to? The time came to find out. Noah launched the first drone, a small, insect-like probe designed to withstand the harsh atmospheric conditions. They watched its camera feed as it descended into the thick cloud layer. The signal flickered, crackled, and then went dead. The drone was lost. Despair began to creep in. What if the storm was permanent? What if they were doomed to wander the cosmos forever, the last remnants of a drowned world? Noah's wife placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "Have faith," she whispered. "We've come this far." Her words strengthened his resolve. They had to try again. They prepared a second drone, this one more robust, with enhanced shielding. Noah himself piloted it remotely, his hands steady on the controls. It plunged into the atmosphere, buffeted by gale-force winds. The connection was unstable, but it held. The drone broke through the lowest cloud bank, and then they saw it. At first, it was just a glimpse, a flash of green through the swirling mist. Noah guided the drone lower. The image stabilized. It was the peak of a mountain, its summit covered not in water, but in lush, vibrant vegetation. And perched on a branch of a newly sprouted tree was a single white dove, a symbol of peace from the old world, now a beacon of hope for the new one. A cheer erupted on the bridge of the ark. Tears of joy streamed down their faces. The water was receding. The earth was healing. With renewed hope, Noah and his family began their descent. The Ark of the Stars, a vessel born of an unlikely alliance, returned not to a world of sin and sorrow, but to a clean slate, a blank canvas. As they stepped out onto the damp, fertile ground, the air smelled fresh and new. The sun broke through the clouds, casting a brilliant rainbow across the sky, a promise not from a distant god, but from the resilience of nature itself. They were not just survivors. They were pioneers of a new earth, their story forever intertwined with the silent, watchful stars from which their salvation had come. And they knew, as they released the animals to roam the fresh green world, that this was not just the end of a great flood, but the beginning of a new chapter for humanity. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that challenge what you think you know.